Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim coming to you from my camper. Anyway, I am half looking asleep. I got a shower. I prettied up. I got cologne on. I put a new shirt on, and it still ain't working. My eyes are still half dead. I'm exhausted from the heat, from golf, and everything else. But first thing I want to say, first thing out of the box, I'm so embarrassed. Yesterday, Jay, not John, Jay was with me golfing. I don't know. Jay, John, Jimmy. I got so many people. Last night when we came back from dinner, we went to dinner at the Riverside across the street. Jay and Bev and I, and Kaylee, their dog. They got a little Yorkie they carry in a purse, and there's these little buttonholes, and Kaylee sticks her nose up in these little buttonholes, and they say it's like whack-a-mole because the dog will put its nose up and they poke it. And anyway, Kaylee goes with them everywhere. They love that dog, as most people do that have a dog, especially little lap dogs like that. I told Miss T about it. Miss T's never met a dog she didn't like, but especially those Yorkies. That's her favorite. But anyway, my apologies for calling Jay John all day. He didn't say anything. He don't care, I guess. Maybe he didn't notice it. But I don't even know. I don't know if I. Oh, anyway. Oh God, it's early in the morning, and I had a rough day on the golf course yesterday. I'm having a rough time in comments from people that golf that are telling me I'm coming out of my shoes. Johnny Vegas tells me that, and I have this bad habit. I'm an amateur golfer, and when I swing the club, to me, the harder you swing, the further it'll go, right? Makes sense. That is not the way golf works. Golf is a game of opposites. Whatever feels right is wrong. And how you hold it, how you swing it, how you stand, everything. It's not baseball. So while I've played most of my life, and while I've been a hacker for the vast majority of my life, I did start making some changes that made me a good amateur. And I've been playing so much of it lately, and I've been watching these tutorials on YouTube. Johnny Vegas also shared this one channel with me. And that's the mistake. You start watching these guys, and they're like, hey, you do this, you do that, and all this, and then you get out there on the golf course, and you start trying to change your natural swing, your athletic ability, and, to try to do it like a tour pro player. And, when you're 65, your body just doesn't bend or do what some people can do, even older people. Our bodies are different. So I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to play golf my way. Now, I do understand the constructive criticism about the putting and looking at the ball and swinging slower, and these are all absolute warranted criticisms. And I'm going to continue making some videos on golfing, and I will apply some of these constructive criticisms, because you're absolutely right. Do I like to hear about it? No. Because you know why? When a golfer plays golf and it's not going his way, we all know, if you don't know, they cuss, they throw their clubs, they get mad, they swear, they can't stand it, and then they want to come back the next day and play. There was a commercial during the Super Bowl. I got it. And it was a BMW commercial. And this guy comes off the course with his three buddies, and he's just cussing and screaming, on TV, so he wasn't saying bad words, but he was, complaining. He pulled his sweater off, and he threw his clubs in the back of the car, and I hate this game, this stupid game. Who thought of this game, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets in his car, and it's a BMW commercial. And he puts a seatbelt on. It's one of those SUVs. And then his buddy that let him go on and on and on, that's driving, looks over at him. He says, same time tomorrow? He goes, yeah. So yesterday, I let my emotions, between the heat, my back, the frustration, my mind was thinking about these tutorials. Jay is doing a great job of videoing, and I absolutely abuse this guy. I'm like, stand over here, video over here, Drive the cart faster. Drive the cart slower. Pull over to this side of the ball. I was very, and Miss T will tell you, she says, you're so sometimes like demanding. And I apologized to him already, a couple of times. And hey, we went to dinner last night. They love me. And I love them. These are two great people. They're camped out right next to me. Today, this morning, we're going to breakfast, my treat, and then John and I, Jay and I are going to go shoot our GUNs. Here in Arizona, it's very GUN friendly, and we have GUNs, so we're going outside to a range. God. We're going outside, and it's not even a range. It's just open area that the store where he got some ammo at said you can go, and people go. And so we're going to go. I will not be videoing it. It will be very anti on Google, so they don't like that kind of stuff. And maybe some of you watching are anti-GUNs, but I'm an owner, and I've been wanting to run a little bit of ammo through mine to make sure they're still operative. Of course they are, and to have a little fun. It's kind of a guy thing. And so Jay/John, he loves it too. And I'm going to talk about something that he shared with me, and he said, he really didn't even mind. But I'm going to make a story up about a guy, and you can fill in the blanks. Now I'm going to switch gears on you here. And folks, we talk about the frailty of life, and live your life today is what I promote, and be positive because nobody's promised tomorrow. Get your Social Security as early as you can, and just live your life though. Just live your life, because it is true. The story I'm going to tell you is exactly like I've said. You wake up one day and you feel something and you're like, oh, what is this? Or what is this? And you go down to the doctor and they go, oh, you got it. And it's third stage and you got 6 months. Not much we can do. It's spread out. And you get hit like that with a ton of bricks over your head and you're saying, wow, life is over for me. But then you go into the mode that probably almost everyone does, and that's like, can you fix it? They get the chemo, they get the radiation, they get all this stuff. Who is it? And for a lot of cases, it shows improvement. It affects them, they lose their hair, they get all the side effects from it, and they get hope. And 6 months later, after all this treatment and losing weight and the sickness and everything, you lose your taste, you lose weight because you can't eat, you don't want to eat, you lose your taste, you lose your moisture in your mouth, all these things. I heard that what happens, you lose 50 pounds, and 6 months later they say, hey, you're better. And then 6 months after that, there it is again, it's back. And then this time, a lot of people, it takes them out of here. They're gone. And what kind of life did they have? They tried to live, and they did everything they could, and their whole end of their life was nothing but chemo, radiation, prayers, hopes, and wishes, and to no avail. And they go through all that loss of hair, loss of weight, sickness, looking nothing like they normally look like. And it's just a sad, sad, awful, awful thing that the way some people leave this world through cancer. And other people, you could get hit by a bus or, have a heart attack and, you're out of here in 5 minutes. Things happen. However it happens, when people get to be in their 60s, 40 actually, that heart attack thing comes on with a lot of people. But what I want to try and tell you is that most people, they hear you talk or they hear other people talk about these kinds of things and they say, yeah, that's not me. I'm 60. I'm working till I'm 70. I'm working till I'm 67. I don't think about that. I'm not negative. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm got to put this money away. I got to get that extra $700. I got to, whatever. And they think that it can't happen to them. And what this individual told me is, in hindsight, after beating it, in 5 years now of remission, okay, that the only regret they have is they didn't stop working sooner. They didn't start living life sooner, because that period of time they lost in their life, and their life could be very probably could be a lot less than people that never experience a health issue. And so you live with that every day, that it can come back. You have this fear. And so now they're living their life they can, all they can. And they're doing great. And that's fantastic. But when I heard the story, and then there was a part of the story where when he was going through what he was going through, his father was becoming very old. He was in his 90s, early 90s, and he had to be put in a home because he couldn't take care of him because of what he was going through, his cancer. And then after he beat it, and got better after went through his treatments, his father didn't want to be in one of those homes, so he brought his father home. And then his father went back, and they went into like several retirement homes. Finally, the father came home and passed away in his home with his son, in his son's care. And some people, a lot of people, most people, I guess I should say, kind of a dumb statement, really care for their parents and help them. And when they get much older, care for them instead of a retirement home, if they require that. And that's very admirable. I know that somebody else that I talk about on my channel that's a very good person sat with his mother in the same hospital room for 2 months, in the same room with another bed, until she passed away. And that's how much he loved his mother. And there's just so much that people want to do for their loved ones that they're close to. And then when life takes a turn on them, and both of these individuals I'm talking about now have, or did have, and they're in rehabilitation, they're in remission currently, have issues with the big C, with a heart disease, with a back issue, with serious shoulder issues, with things that don't seem to be getting any better. And there's nobody in the medical field that seems to have answers other than, here, take this pill, or go to this rehab, or take this treatment. It's all we can do. And so these people look at life differently than people that have never been ill, or even are up in their years. They're 60 years old. They never had an issue. They've never had cancer or heart disease or anything. And you talk about live your life and get your Social Security, or just quit working that prison job and start living your life. And then the people that are facing these issues see how important and less important going to some job. I'm not saying you quit just because if you don't have any money, you got to do what you got to do. You got to live. I understand this. But even if you are still working, your attitude about life, when you have your weekends off, when you see your family, when you meet strangers, you have to look at life like, look, if you were passing away soon, or I'm passing away soon, I know I got something. What's my attitude now? Am I just going to be this mean person? Or do you finally get it and start acting like a person of love, a person of kindness, a person that treats others the way they want to be treated? Because you have to live with the fact that you may not be in the world much longer. And when you understand that even if you live and die without getting cancer or heart disease or anything, you are here but this long in life, in the whole scheme of time. And after you're gone, most people don't ever remember you, except your loved ones, your friends and stuff like that. Life just keeps going. I mean, look at Jimmy Buffett. He died of skin cancer. I'm out in the sun all the time. People go to the pool. People like me that worship the tanning bed, eating certain foods that they're feeding us that are known to be cancer causing. And we just throw caution to the wind. Hey, whatever. I don't care about that. I don't have it now. And then when you get it, things change. And when something happens to one of your family members, things change. All of a sudden you go from being like, wow, I need to change my attitude. I was not the kindest person. Look at all these things that I was doing. You just wanting to go somewhere. You wanting to go to heaven. So you want to change your ways. You start praying to God. And I don't care what people say. There's no atheist in a foxhole. Let those bullets come start flying over your head. Let that doctor tell you got 6 months to live, and you'll be changing your mind. So why am I talking about all this? Because the story was shared with me, and I quit drinking, and I tried to start doing things differently. I started trying to speak with a cleaner mouth. I'm trying to, read my Bible more. I'm trying to be kind to other people. And what's happening is it's reciprocating. I had last night when we came back from dinner and we got off the bus, we have a little bus that takes us over here to the Riverside. And there was a Lexus that pulled in here. I said, who's that next to my camper? This guy gets out. Hey, Sarasota Tim, another subscriber. Hey, we watch you every day. And he gets out, and this very attractive lady that's with him, she goes, oh, I hear you're famous. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And then he says, my daughter, watches you too. And I think he's trying to do a video call with her to have us there together. And, and I got an email saying that my dad's going to be in town and there's a spot open on his boat, if you'd like to go. And I remember getting it. And I've had so many people reach out to me knowing where I'm at. I broadcast where I'm at and stuff. And they watch this channel. And I don't even know these people. And they come to me just to say hello and meet me and encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing and to disregard these other things that are out there. And I do. I do not listen, watch, or care about those negative things. But my concern is these people that are acting like that and doing those things, what would happen to them? Do they actually change if they woke up one day and they go to the doctor and they feel something and the doctor says, you got it, and it's third stage and you're going to be out of here in 6 months? Do they regret what they're doing? If they're drinking, drugging, trolling, whatever, do they change? Or do they just say, so what? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing? I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, so why do you need to wait? Don't wait until something health-wise, until your husband leaves you, your wife leaves you, your boyfriend, your girlfriend break up with you, you get addicted too much to this drinking, this drug, you contract, you keep eating these things that are bad for your health, that are making you overweight. Why do you keep doing these things? Stop now. Go ahead and look in the mirror and say, this is not good for me. This way of thinking, this way of eating, these people that I'm associating with, this thing that I'm doing is not doing anything to progress my life to be a happy, healthy, fun life. Because you only get one. There's one term. There is no renewing this contract. So what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to share it with somebody and live it to the fullest? Are you going to esteem this individual? Are you going to treat people that you meet every day like you want to be treated? Are you going to do something for somebody? Are you going to change your life? Are you going to repent, which means turn and live what you have a creator, you know. You were created. You didn't just pop up here. This is a godly universe. This was created by a God, and there is a control, and there's also evil and demonic. And I'm talking about not just people that are in YouTube business. I'm talking about doctors, lawyers, these business people, these stores, these things that have nothing but evil in their mind of collecting money, usurping power, politicians. The world is eat up with this kind of stuff. So if the shoe fits, get yourself another one the same size. But start to do what you can do to be a better person, you know, and quit complaining about this group of people, these politicians, this YouTuber, this race of people, or whatever. Look at yourself in the mirror. What are you doing? Are you eating right? Are you not drugging and drinking and smoking? Are you treating people with respect? You know, come out of your basement. Push the keyboard away. Say enough is enough. I don't even know this person. Because it's the karma, man, karma. I'm afraid to do stuff like that. I swear to you, I am afraid. When I grew up as a believer in God, I got out of whoopings a lot. Spankings. We didn't get spanked. We got whoopings. And I prayed because if I was a bad boy when I was young, I got whoopings. Not every day. And I never for the same thing twice because I learned. But my mom could tell my dad, I'm going to tell your dad when he gets home, and he's going to whoop you. And she would, and he'd be happy to do it. He'd just drop his, whatever he did, whatever he was carrying when he came home, and he'd tear my butt up. But again, never for the same thing twice, and not that many times. But they believed in you're gonna be respectful. And so, what's the point of this? The point is, you got to know right from wrong. And this is what my point was. I'm afraid of doing something, stealing and other things because no one's around and doesn't see me. Because he sees me. And he can, believe me, that karma can come back. He can get you found out. He can make somebody find out about you. Absolutely. Or he can absolutely withhold the blessings that he had for you. And the same thing is opposite. If you do the right thing, and in your heart, he knows you're being Christ-like, godly-like, respectful, then all this wonderful stuff comes in your life. Now, I haven't been living the life. I've been living that. I lived that other life. I did. I wasn't as bad as some, but I'm not going to sit here and say I was some angel. And now I've been doing my very best every day. And I try to share it on this YouTube to those that might be struggling with the same things. Do what I do because it works. Live a good life and stay healthy, be kind to others, and look at this love I'm getting. Look at this love. I never imagined in my life. I am living my best life right now. In the end of it, you know, the final chapters, I'm 65. I don't have as much runway in front of me as I got behind me now. And I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it to the fullest. And these people that keep coming into my life just keep reinforcing how I would never, ever want to abuse anybody. Even though I abused J. John yesterday because of my own mad about golf. But he still loves me. And we went to dinner last night. We're going to go shoot our GUNs. And we're going to have breakfast this morning. We're going to share coffee. And he loves all my sayings. And he watches all my videos. And he went through a lot. He went through a lot. I didn't know. I didn't know. But we became kind of close, and he shared this story with me. And that's why I said, I want to make a video about it. I said, I'm not going to name you specifically because I don't care. And when we talked about his dad, he watered up, man. Hang on. Listen. I don't care who you are, what kind of life you're living. If you're not being good or you're trying to be as good as you can, you get sad. You have concerns. You don't want to die. You don't want to be hurt. And yet, some people do that and do it to others without any remorse whatsoever. And it's just a sad, sad thing that anybody can wake up in the morning and think about who they can hurt. When you hear stories of people that almost died or they lost someone and it just kills them because they were so close to them. And those same individuals could be somebody that you want to tear down. And for what? You don't even know them. For pure jealousy or something, you get off on that. Don't be like that. Don't listen to that. Don't watch that. You crush it. You do good. You do good to others. And you watch your life just take off like a rocket ship. Because karma, God, everything, whatever you want to believe in, it reciprocates. It comes back to you. The universe will pay you back what you put into it. And if you're doing bad things and it's not, you think it's not working, it's not coming back on you, you're getting away with it, you're fooling yourself. Because it's coming. It's coming. And it's going to come in the worst way. It's saving it up. It's going to make it a bad one. And the same way as when you do good and you love others and you do the right thing, then I'm living beyond anything I could ever imagine. And I would have never had this kind of life if it wasn't for my great community that I have. You all 98,612 of you. Beautiful souls out there that watch my channel and comment every day and encourage me and support me and do all these wonderful things and support the people that I bring into the picture on this camera that are just like you, that I haven't met yet, and people who come into my life and you're so kind and nice. All of you wonderful, beautiful souls out there that are everything that I just talked about. God bless you all, and continue to take today and make it the best day of your life, because nobody's promised tomorrow. And every day, make your bed and crush it